What's up, the people? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Welcome to Famous Football. I'm your host, Nate. Let's chat football. My preview, yeah? Chelsea versus Cardiff. Cardiff versus Chelsea. We have to go there and grab the win. But before we get into all of that, how about you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and show me some love. Much appreciated. Now let's get into it. But before we get into the preview aspect of this video, let's talk about Maresca for a little bit, right? In terms of news from Chelsea, what's going on, the good stuff, right? But yeah, Maresca, I feel like every single time I come out here to do a video, I have to say something about Maresca. Maresca came out after the Everton game, right? And said worst 48 hours at the club, right? Obviously everybody started to dig into that, right? What is he trying to say? Doesn't have a problem with defense. And then Maresca came out later today, right? And he was asked in terms to get clarification about his statement. And he said, there's nothing to clarify. I said what I said and I'm done with it. Now I'm here to focus on the Cardiff game, right? The man is staying on business, yeah? They would say, but no problem with the Chelsea fan. They have to demand for what they have to demand for, right? This is Chelsea, if you come here, they expect you to win and all of that. But he doesn't think he have the support of the club, right? And he's also looking at what he has managed to accomplish at Chelsea in the space within 18 months, right? He stand a chance of going his third semi-final in 18 months, right? Now, maybe the last person we saw do something like that was probably Tuchel, right? At Chelsea. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not quite sure about this, but the man is basically saying, right, you have to trust me. You have to give me some sort of a trust here. And I understand that, right? And I don't think he's getting that support from the owners, because I don't think he have problem with the sporting directors as well. I don't think he had problem with them. I don't think he had problem with the players. I think the players do trust him to yeah. And I also think the fans, we are not calling for Maresca to be sacked. So there's some of a confidence we have in Maresca as of yet, right? But we also do expect much from him, because like performance that he put in against Atalanta, against Bournemouth, against Leeds, right? Those performances kind of put us in a position wherein we have to ask Maresca questions, or we start to question him, right? Like what we're doing here, for instance, right? We need a little bit more, and rightfully so. We should be questioning, and I think he himself will understand after those step of performance why we will come out and question him, considering the fact that 2 weeks ago or 2.5 weeks ago we were right down Arsenal's throat, right? Or almost at their throat, chasing them down, putting ourselves in the conversation, talking about potentially being not even potentially being in the title race. Everybody, after our performance against Arsenal, put us in the title race, regardless whether we ask for it or not, right? Because our performance at this point has taken us there. But, now we're sitting where we're sitting. We're sitting fourth. Now, good, we are sitting fourth, but we are, in a way, not back in that conversation of being in the title race. And I think more Chelsea fans wanted to be in the title race, because now we will see it as a step forward from last season. Last season, we got into the top four or potentially winning the title. Now, we don't expect Chelsea to win the title, but we want to be in the conversation. And then hopefully next year, right, we want to win it. Right, in next season, then we want to put ourselves in a position where we can potentially win it, right? But that's pretty much what's going on with Maresca, and I think the owners maybe will try to trust him and try to rely on him. But at the end of the season, I know they will be coming out also with like his review and everything to see if they can potentially not trust him, but extend his contract. But I think he should be on a 2 years contract or something like that. So after that, then maybe they can see if they want to extend it. I don't expect them to sack him now. If everything remains as it is, right, Chelsea go ahead to maybe to win one more trophy and Maresca finish at least top four, right, go a decent place in the Champions League, as much as I want to win it, right? If all of that happen, I don't expect them to sack Maresca, not yet, right? But if things change and Maresca decide to go nuts and I don't know, our performance just dip, then I expect him to get sacked or something like that. So, but in regards to that, I don't expect him to get sacked, But if everything just go, as it is right now, like I said, I don't expect Maresca to start. Except our form just dip, like it's dipping right now, right? And then maybe we'll be having a whole different conversation and bringing in somebody else. Then the question is, who are we going to bring in, right? I know people talking about Jabi, and people talking about Glesner, what's the Strasbourg coach, what's his name again? Rosenel, people talking about all of them, but I don't know. I really don't know. Because bringing in Rosanio, bringing in, I don't know, Glasner is pretty much the same thing. I don't think it's a step above. No, I don't think it, right? Maybe Xabi, you can make an argument for him. Zidane is definitely going to go to Real Madrid. He's not going to come to Chelsea, right? We know that. If they do sack, or what's his name? No, and Zidane also have the chance of coaching the French national team, so that's not happening. So for take your mind off of that, and so basically, Xabi, the Crystal Palace coach, people looking at Ariola. I don't see the difference between Ariola and Maresca. I'll be honest with you. Now, what he's doing is at Bournemouth. And, if you put Maresca at Bournemouth, Maresca will do the exact same thing, right? The level is not high. You can be sitting 5. You can, I say 5th. You can be sitting 5th. You can be sitting 7. You can be sitting 8. It's okay, right? There's no problem. If he come at Chelsea, it's different. Do I want, what's his name? Ariola. I don't think I do want Ariola. I'll be honest with you. Now, maybe he can come at Chelsea and then change my mind, but I don't see the difference between Ariola and Maresca. I honestly don't. So, if you get in Real Maresca, who you really going for? So, I don't know, but let's see. Next new, Chelsea is linked with not Santos, but Menu, right? And Menu is looking for consistent football time, right? Because he's trying to make the England national team for the World Cup that is coming up. Is he going to make that team? I don't know, right? Now, because you can argue, even if he gets minutes, is he going to make that team? I don't really know. Because now, in the position that he can play, maybe, what's it called? He can play alongside Rice as a box-to-box midfielder, right, while maybe Declan Rice sit, right? But in that 10 position, it's done. It's wrapped. Nobody, I don't think, it's too stacked. I don't see anybody, I don't know, other than the usual people coming in there. No, it's not happening. But just a link with Kobe Menu, I don't think that's going to happen. Kobe Menu won regular football. For Chelsea, it's just a business they're trying to do. He's a great player, right? I think if Kobe Menu gets to go on loan, right, and possibly don't make the England squad, right, for the World Cup, and Chelsea wants to go get it, I think he might go to Chelsea. But for right now, I don't think it would be a good move for him, because considering the fact that he wants to play regularly and looking at the current Chelsea squad, no, I don't see him playing in front of Enzo Fernandez. No, and if Lavia gets to come back, there's also a competition there for him that he needs to put up with. Now we already have Santos that is also doing good, so in terms of competition is there. Yeah, I don't see him being in Chelsea starting 11 right now. No. Right, he would be a good fit. And I also know Chelsea's link. I don't know if Chelsea link with Femi Lopez still do exist, but I expect that to be there as well. Maybe we could potentially get him, for instance. So I don't know if it's going to work out for him. And but would I take him at Chelsea? Absolutely. But would it be a good move for him, considering he want to play in the England squad for the World Cup? No, I don't think so. So, let's see what happens with that. But next is Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva would be a free agent in January, and I hear people talking about, let's go in for him. Nah, listen. I think Thiago Silva time as a Chelsea player is done. It's dusted. I don't think it would be a good move for either him or Chelsea for him to come back to the club right now. Yeah. Now, if he coming back to the club in a coaching capacity, right, is absolutely brilliant. If he comes back to work in Maresca staff, as one of the defensive coach, absolutely brilliant, right? I would take him, because if we have him with the experience that he have, because I think one thing that absolutely did work at Chelsea was the fact that we have Peter Cech, that was coaching our goalkeepers, right? It's not just that, but we also have different top class coaches, right, that were also there. If you look at that Chelsea backline at the time, solid, yeah, solid. And I think if we have somebody like him into that squad as a manager or in Maresca staff, as one of the coaching staff, I take him. But as a player, no. And I know he's trying to make the World Cup squad as well for Brazil. So in that regard, it's not happening. But we'll see about that. And yeah, so now we talk about Cardiff versus Chelsea, right? We go in there, a Carabao Cup game, right? We have a chance of, or Maresca have a chance to play his third semi-final, right? If he gets to win this game. This is a quarterfinal, but he have a chance to play his third semi-final for Chelsea, with Chelsea, and potentially win another trophy with Chelsea, right? With this game. So it's not just a Carabao Cup game. Now you may say it doesn't matter compared to the Champions League done, but it's a competition that we are in. I know as long as we are in it, we should try to win it, right? But we'll see if Maresca get to do what he's supposed to do, but I should expect Chelsea to get away tomorrow. I know we're going away, we're going to a lower division, right, or a lower team. It's gonna be tough because we already know what Chelsea is like when we play in these type of teams. It's a competition that we struggle with. It's we struggle to break them down. We struggle to even play our own game, right? We can almost bring our level down to their level and then try to play the way they play, and which oftentimes they dominate because it's their level. Where we just dropping our level down, coming there, so we're obviously not going to dominate the game. But tomorrow, I expect Chelsea to win this game, with all honesty. I know every time we come out here, we expect Chelsea to do something. It never happened, right? I should be seeing Chelsea in the semi-final. I know in the competition, Manchester City is still there. Arsenal is still in the competition, right? Newcastle is still in there. Brentford is still in there. Leeds is, Fulham is still in there, right? So maybe if we get to win, right, or when we win, I should say, we get to play maybe Manchester City or Newcastle, right? Either one of that, I think. Arsenal gets to play on the 23rd. The Manchester City and Newcastle, right, gets to play tomorrow, I think. Not tomorrow, but Wednesday, right? This video is on Monday, but so we get to see what happened with that. So let's get into the preview. Who will be my starting 11, right? Yeah. Now, I know you see Sanchez, but I'm gonna go with Jorgensen. So Jorgensen instead of Sanchez, right? Jorgensen in goal, right? Badeshi and Tosin, the two center back pairing. I go with Hato left back, Josh Achampon right back, right? I know, right? And if you look at that back line, you don't feel secure looking at it, right? Maybe the only person in there that you want to give credit to is possibly Josh, right? Now, what's his name? Badeshi, his last game was not good, but we also, I know, his last game before that game was also against Liverpool, I think. He did absolutely well again in that game. So now this is Cardiff. You play for Chelsea, right? All of them there play for Chelsea. Hato, Badeshi, Tosin, George, they all play for Chelsea. Even Jorgensen. If you cannot get a win against or put one of a dominant performance against a League One side, yeah, you might as well leave this club, right? But I expect this particular backline to be able to get the job done against a League One side. And then in the midfield, Caicedo should be available for this game. So Caicedo and Santos get to be in the midfield for me. Buenanote as the 10, right? Estevar on the right-hand side, Gittins on the left-hand side, and then Maggie up front, right? And because, now, you can also make the case that Tyree Josh should start this game or should get a bit of a minute. Now, I do expect Tyree Josh to get a minute in this game, right? Depending at this thing. It all depends if we win the game in the first half. Then I expect a lot of changes to be made, right? A lot of people to get a lot of minutes. Like Buenanote to possibly get 90 minutes. Santos to possibly get 90 minutes. Hato to get 90 minutes. Josh to get 90 minutes. Tosin to get 90 minutes. Badeshi 90 minutes. So I expect, but if they ruin it for all of us, then it's done. It's a wrap. I don't expect them to get 90 minutes. Then we have to bring in the big boys to kind of get the job done, right? So I think first half, if they're done, Maresca, that's it. It's time. But I think it should be enough to be able to get the job done. Not it's Cardiff is on a good form, right? They're doing what they're supposed to our game they're supposed to do. I always said that. You're doing what you're supposed to do. They've coming in from a 3-game winning streak right into this game. So I think that's possibly good for them as compared to us, right? That's coming from a loss, right? I think we'll say a draw, loss, and a win, right? From our last 3 games. So 1-1-1. That's how. But I do expect Chelsea to win this game. Despite their form, I think we are better side. We have better quality. We have better talent. We have better players than they do. So this game, I don't expect Rich James to start this game. I don't even expect Cole Palmer to travel. Wesley Fofana to travel as well. But I don't expect, maybe West may travel, but I don't expect him to start this game. So Rich James, Cole Palmer, Wesley Fofana. You know, obviously the usual people that are injured. What's his name? Liverpool is out. We know what's his name is also out. Lavia is out, and Delap is also out. So what's going to be my prediction for this game? I'm going to go Chelsea 3, Cardiff 1, or Cardiff 1, Chelsea 3 tomorrow, right? So hopefully we get this job done and we'll call this thing a wrap, and then we can move hopefully into that Newcastle game with a win, right? We can go in there with a win and possibly cause something or havoc as Sim Jesus back. But let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe button. See you later. Cheers.